What is going on, you guys? Riley on Gemmy Inflatable Fans 98, and I got a really cool review for you guys today. This is the Gemmy 2002 8-foot tall Frankenstein Airblown Inflatable, made by Gemmy, obviously. This is one of my favorite Frankenstein designs that Gemmy's ever made. Very cool design. In my opinion, a lot different from all the ones they used to make, or they made in the future from this, I guess you could say. This is one I got off of Craigslist when Craigslist was really still a thing. It's kind of not a thing anymore, I guess, with the Facebook Market and Let Go and OfferUp and all those apps that have, come in to kind of replace Craigslist. But I ended up getting this off of Craigslist for, I think, like 20 or 30 bucks. I'm not sure. And a stupid mistake I made was the person who was selling this had another Frankenstein, which was I think it was newer than this, like maybe like a 2004 design, and it was different than this, but it wasn't something I was really interested in at the time, and I ended up passing on that one and just getting this one. It was funny because my dad used to, because it was by where my dad worked, and he actually went and picked this up for me, so that was really cool of him. But this is a great inflatable, 8 feet tall. Luckily, I live in an area where inflatables don't wear out quickly. All the inflatables I've had that have worn out were things I've bought off of eBay or bought off of other people. But things that I've owned, like I'm the original owner of, or things that I've bought from my area, they don't wear out, which is great. And if you guys don't know, really, if your inflatable basically doesn't inflate much anymore, doesn't hold air anymore, it's most likely not the fan. The fan is usually never the problem. The fans are extremely good quality, even the newer ones, believe it or not. They're always extremely good quality, and if your inflatable doesn't inflate all the way, that means the fabric has gotten porous and won't hold air anymore. And most likely that's because it's been stored in a, if you live in a hotter climate, like down south, or I live up in the north, but down south, a lot of the, obviously the climate's a lot hotter. So usually the inflatables tend to wear out a lot easier where the fabric doesn't hold air anymore, like I've said. It's not the fan, it's the inflatable fabric itself. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it, but it is what it is. Luckily, I live in a climate, like a colder climate, because like I said, I live up north and I live in a colder climate. So usually they don't wear out as easy, which is great. So, this was, the person I bought this off of said they only used it like once Halloween night or something, and then they had them in their, wherever they had them stored for a long time, and they just wanted to get rid of them. So I ended up getting this for a really good deal. So yeah, anyway, enough of me rambling. I'm going to take it out of the box and we'll inflate it, so I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so it's all taken out of the box. I did inflate it just to kind of test it out. But let's plug it back in here. Excellent inflatable. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough to live in an area up north that doesn't, it's a colder climate during, fall and winter. So inflatables don't wear out up here, really, unless you really are begging for it by storing it in a hot attic or something. I don't do that. I usually store my stuff in a cooler climate so that I make sure that nothing, none of my stuff gets ruined. I mean, I have a lot of stuff, and, last thing I want is something to get ruined on me. But here it is. I've done a review on this in the past, but again, I mentioned with previous reviews that I've done in the past, video quality wasn't as good, and, it was a long time ago. So here we are again. This is a great, great inflatable. I love this thing a lot. I want to mention, a lot of times, the only thing that really happens to the inflatables when they're out in my climate is sometimes the sun beats down on them and they get sun faded. So I want to just show you. This is basically brand new when I got it. I want to mention again. Basically brand new when I got it. Again, the seller told me from Craigslist that she only used it, he or she only used it Halloween night and never used it again. So basically brand new. And I want to show you, it's one of these hands. I think it might be this hand right here. Maybe not. I can't really tell when it's in here, but one of the hands is kind of sun faded. But other than that, it's in great condition. Inflates extremely tightly, and yeah, this is gonna last me a lot more, like a long time, hopefully. So, and again, like I said, this is one of my favorite Frankenstein designs, and I'm really happy I ended up getting this guy. Very, very cool, nice classic inflatable. I mean, this just calls out classic Gemmy in my opinion. Great inflatable. And again, like I said, it's kind of a unique, different Frankenstein design than what Gemmy has made in, the past and the future, I guess you could say. Very, very cool. Again, I kind of regret not getting the other Frankenstein that person was selling, because they had two Frankensteins for sale. One of them, like I said, was a newer design with like the metal feet. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm not sure you know what I'm talking about. I think it was the metal feet and the spiders hanging down from the hands. That's something Gemmy did a while ago, was they usually had all these different designs with the spiders. Like I think they made, maybe it was just a witch and a Frankenstein with a spider on its hand. I had a witch that I did a review on originally on this channel, one of the first videos I made, so check that out if you haven't already. Unfortunately, when I went to put that witch out, it ended up being like super worn out, wouldn't inflate anymore. So I ended up, excuse me, salvaging that fan and putting it in another inflatable, and ended up selling that witch for on eBay a long time ago. But I was really happy to get that witch. I was really happy to finally have. I don't even have a witch inflatable, so I'm hoping I'm gonna get either a classic witch inflatable or a newer one like the Witch Sisters this year. I'm hoping to get one of those. I don't know yet, but yeah, this is very, very cool, guys. Very, very cool. And anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. Riley on Gemmy Inflatable Fans 98. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.